Hello everyone. We, Dr. Delna Goghavalla and Dr. Kashmira Goghavalla, welcome you for this introductory lecture on back pain. We first of all like to thank all of the members who have been joining our workshops so regularly. We had an overwhelming response for our knee joint workshop and had an excellent live session in our knee joint workshop, and a few of the members of the knee joint workshop suggested to have a live session on the back pain workshop itself. So keeping that into consideration, we have announced this live session on low back pain. So to brief you all up about low back pain, we've just prepared a small introductory lecture. So please go through it. Okay. So firstly, our spine, which is the backbone, is made up of small vertebral bones, right? And the spine is divided into various regions. The upper region, which is near your neck region, is known as the cervical region, which is the region of your neck. Then lower down you have your thoracic region, that is the area of your upper back. Okay, so there are curves. Your neck has a curve which is concave in the backward direction, and the thoracic region has a curve which is convex in the backward direction. After these two regions comes the lumbar region, that is your lower back region. Okay, the region which is here in your lower back area, that is the lumbar region. And below that is the sacral region, that is the region near the buttock areas on which you sit. Okay, now the lumbar region, each region has various vertebrae. Each region of the spine is made up of small vertebral bones. Okay, small bones which are known as vertebrae. In your cervical region you have 7 of them. In the thoracic region you have 12 of them. In the lumbar region you have 5 vertebrae. So you can see them 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, so the entire load that comes on the lower back region has to be borne by these 5 vertebrae, as opposed to the thoracic region and the cervical region who have 12 and 7 vertebrae. Your lumbar region has 5 vertebrae. Although these vertebral bodies are big and strong enough to bear the weight, but still there is too much of loading of the lumbar region, as the weight of the head, the trunk, the neck, the trunk and the arms, all of them goes onto the lumbar region. And especially when you are in the sitting position, the entire weight of the upper body goes on the lumbar region. Now, how many of you all have realized this, that the entire weight of the upper trunk is on your lower back region? Not many, unless the lower back starts giving you pain, right? So this is one major problem, particularly with the spine, is that the spine is not as sensitive, and we are not aware of our spine as much as we are aware of our other body parts, because the spine is behind, it is on the back section of the body, and that is why the awareness there is very less, right? And that is why the muscle activation of the spinal muscles, hence the awareness is less, and because the awareness of the back is less, the muscle activation over there is also less. The muscles we are not very aware of their strength and their contraction. So this is one major problem which is faced by everyone naturally in the spine, that there is a lack of awareness about the spinal position and the spinal muscles and their activation, and hence when the problem reaches to a very high level is the time when we realize that, oh, there is some issue going on with my back. That is not true for the other joints of your body, like the shoulder, the wrist, the hand. They are close to your body and in contact and in your vision of your body. So hence their pain and problems are more noticeable and more quickly detected than the problems of the spine. Spinal problems wouldn't reach the level to which they generally reach if this awareness of the spine and the muscle activation of the spine was taken into consideration in the beginning itself. Yes, so this is one very important thing, that spinal awareness should be good, and if we arrest and start with this level only, we will possibly not go down to the other problems. I'll first explain you how it goes, how the problems start. So because of this lack of spinal awareness, we are completely unaware about how we are in our sitting and standing and other postures. Yeah, so we adopt wrong postures. No matter how many times people may have told you that sit straight, maintain a good posture, but how much can you follow it? You cannot follow it completely. That is because of this problem, that you're not aware of it. You're not aware that you're going into a wrong posture, and after a long time when it starts hurting, you say, oh yeah, I need to correct my posture. But no matter how much somebody tells you, this will not naturally happen because of the lack of awareness, and hence we start going into poor postures, and because of this poor postures we start with postural back pain. Okay, so this is one of the primary problems which happens. We avoid this and we go on and on with our routine, and then this finally leads to back stiffness. That is, the back joints start becoming stiff. There is increased stiffness amongst, in between these vertebral bones. They become stiff, and when they start becoming stiff, there is lack of movement. Lack of movement will give you further muscular weakness of the back muscles. So the stiffness and lack of movement and the muscular weakness both in turn will give you a lot of spinal problems. The spinal problems which come under this are problems like spondylitis, where the spinal bones start degenerating. So your spinal bones have smooth surfaces, but in spondylitis they start degenerating. That is, the surfaces become uneven. There is degeneration of the spinal surfaces. Then there is issues with the intervertebral disc. There is a disc between, a soft jelly-like material between the vertebral bones, and this disc, when you put pressures in wrong positions on this disc can slip out of its place, okay, and cause a slip disc. Okay, this is another very common problem which happens with spinal issues. The other problems which we have are at the lower lumbar region, that is where the final vertebrae and the sacrum meet the pelvic bone. There is an SI joint over there, and issues with that joint also start happening because of the preliminary problems. Okay, and so these are the major issues which happen with our spine, which can be well prevented if we arrest the problem here itself. So spinal awareness and spinal muscular awareness and how to contract and activate them is extremely important. Yeah, and that is what we are going to discuss and teach and supervise in our session, live session that we are going to take. The second thing that we are going to deal with is the postural issues, and how can you maintain correct postures. Just by saying that have an erect posture, it is not going to work, but what can you do to actually have an erect posture naturally is what we are going to discuss in the workshop. We are also going to target the spinal stiffness by showing some very simple but very effective spinal mobilization exercises, and that would take care of the spinal stiffness. We are going to teach quite a few muscular activation and muscular strengthening exercises for the back muscles in our workshop. So we are going to cover this mainly targeting the lower back in this particular session, the live online session, where we will be teaching you all, we will be demonstrating to you all, and we will also be making you all do the exercises and supervising it. Plus we will also deal with some questions which you all have. So that is the content of our online session, live online session. Hope to see you all. Thank you.